Hey everyone, my name is Wedge, and we're in the middle of catching up on every single hour of Devastation preview, and that includes the Invocations. Just a few Invocations? Oh no, all the Invocations. So sit back, relax, and get ready for the ride of your life, because oh baby, these are sweet, coming in hot. Armageddon is coming back, and that is a way to start. We all know that Hour of Devastation is basically going to be Bolas destroying everything in his path, so why not start with a card that does just that? It destroys the ground beneath you. You'll notice with the art from a lot of these that the atmosphere is pretty bleak. Armageddon's a great start. One of the most hated cards of all time. Armageddon isn't expensive, but it does lend itself well to the flavor here. It's not bad for the only white invocation in Hour. Next up is Capsize, and now we're talking. I love Capsize. I used to play it in Vintage way back when. I love it to death. The best part? The only foil version you can get is $30 each. And this one is a ship drowning in blood. Not water, blood. Come on, how is that not awesome? The art is terrifying. Capsize already has a bleak feel to it. We're really hitting our stride flavor-wise. Another card that isn't hugely expensive normally. Pauper players will surely love the reprint, as will I. Forbid is next, and it looks like we have a buyback situation going on here. I honestly have no idea why Forbid is in this set. It was an uncommon in Exodus, it's worth a couple bucks. There is an F&M promo worth around $20, so a bit lower than Capsize. But beyond limited commander play, Forbid doesn't see too much work these days. The card is fine, but I don't think it compares to the previous Invocations we've looked at so far. Omniscience, heck yes. Way to bring it back, Wizards. Omniscience, believe it or not, is the most expensive card from M13 at a whopping $20 each, with foils around $50 each. Not only is the card infamous in Legacy Sneak and Show, but it's also quite popular in Commander, and with that Bolas artwork, you have to be kidding me. This is definitely the most powerful invocation we've seen so far. I mean, that wingspan. This is right back on track, the exact feel I'm looking for in an Hour of Devastation invocation. Wow, I want this real bad. Opposition is up next, and it's a straight-up brawl, not like the oppositions of old 1 versus 1, and nope, that's out the window, replaced with complete chaos. While I don't think the card is all that great anymore, or really played anywhere besides fringe legacy decks, the art is definitely carrying it. Take a look at it, pretty cool if you ask me. If only the art window were bigger. Ah well, regardless, the card is alright. We've seen better invocations so far, but that art, pretty nice. Sunder is coming back, and this is amazing. This is the kind of flavor success I'm talking about. The last time Sunder was printed, Urza Saga to represent one of the bigger moments in the entire storyline. I'd say Bolas coming back and basically destroying his entire plane is akin to the original Sunder on Talaria. Card isn't worth much, but for flavor reasons, my goodness. You have to admit, this is looking pretty sweet. And again, that artwork, someone hold me back. Threads of Disloyalty? This keeps getting better and better. There's a lot of talk about disloyalty on Amonkhet, as we're going to find out real soon in upcoming lore videos, but suffice it to say, allegiances aren't all black and white, and Threads of Disloyalty, pretty great invocation, plus it's unusually dark. The art itself, really dark, I like that. The deep purples and the bright blue right up in front really sticks out. Now, Threads used to be much more popular and expensive when it could steal a Deceiver Exarch in Modern, but it has been relegated to the sideboard of most blue-white control decks in the format. The price isn't all that high, but as far as I'm concerned, it's another flavor win. Did Avatar of Woe turn into a centipede? What in the world is this? Why is this even here? I don't understand this reprint for a second. The original Avatar of Woe was part of the Avatar cycle and prophecy. It made sense back then, but what in the world is this? As pointed out already, it looks like Aku from Samurai Jack. I can't unsee that. I want to, but I can't. Avatar of Woe is supremely popular in both Cube and Commander, but it doesn't have any real monetary value, and it isn't played and constructed. It just seems like a weird include to me. It's like friggin' centipede. It's super weird. A Damnation printing twice in 1 year. Who would have thought? I mean, it makes perfect sense. Bolas is super mad and wants to destroy everything, so that's what he does because he's Nicol freaking Bolas. Finally, we get to an invocation that has both flavor value and actual value. Damnation is worth a bit of money, with the Modern Masters 2017 foils going for around $30 each. Of course, that isn't a whole heck of a lot, but if we're being honest, this invocation cycle clearly doesn't exist to win you the lottery. Damnation is a pretty good invocation, that art is fantastic, and I'm sure anyone who opens this will be happy to do so. Especially in limited, how brutal. Desolation Angel? What? But why? I know that Amonkhet is going straight to crap, but Bolas is the one doing everything. Desolation Angel is Armageddon on a stick. Actually, you know what? Never mind. Totally makes sense. Look at that artwork. That is certainly some epic art. Now, Desolation Angel isn't played anywhere, really, because that ability is so incredibly unfun. But if it was going to get reprinted, I guess here would be the place, although, I don't know, I can't help but be underwhelmed. We're a little ways in, and I want some cards that blow me out of the water, you know? Or I guess blow me out of the blood water. Ew, gross. Never mind, let's just move on. Well, here's some value. The Heavens Answered. Diabolic Intent, for those who don't know, is a real hard-to-find tutor that's popular in Commander and sees limited play in Legacy. Because of its severe lack of supply, the intent is $15 to $20, and foils, $60. The Invocation version is already pre-ordering much lower than that, so if you're looking for a foil version of the intent, look no further. This is a great one. Real cheap, only a few dollars more than the non-foil from Planeshift. Kind of the best deal ever, to be honest. Doomsday? Alright, I'm in. I'm 100% in. Finally, there's a foil printing of Doomsday. I've only been waiting since ever. I guarantee this is going to be one of the more expensive Invocations. Doomsday hasn't been printed since 6th edition, and it doesn't have a foil printing. Plus, with that insane artwork with the bolus horns in the background, yeah, this Invocation has everything it needs to be legitimately expensive. It may not be hundreds of dollars, but it's certainly more expensive than most of what we've looked at so far. Super pumped to see this, and just in time since we've been working on a Doomsday Legacy deck recently, so that'll be fun. No Mercy is coming back, and we see yet another throwback to Urza Block and another expensive card with crap supply. No Mercy is sitting around $20 right now, with the Invocation version pre-ordering near $50. This is a bit surprising considering foil No Mercy from Urza's Legacy is only $30 each. Real weird money shifts going on here. I'm not sure what to say about this card in this set. It's alright flavor-wise. It just seems a little weird to bring back something so obviously tied to the artifact cycle. But I guess Thunder came back too, so we're clearly off the rails. Look at that artwork for Slaughter Pact. My goodness, I'm telling you, this entire thing's so grim. Hour of Devastation is all bad news all the time. Exactly what we should be expecting from Bolas. If Slaughter Pact wasn't printed in Modern Masters, then we'd be looking at a real expensive card. But it was printed there, so this is another flavor reprint that holds no real financial value. I guess at this point we really have to ask ourselves what the Invocations are trying to do. If they're trying to help you in the lottery, these are doing a terrible job of that. If they're trying to make the set more exciting and immersive, in that respect, they are indeed successful. Which brings us to Thoughtseize, because a barren wasteland filled with death, despair, and carnage wouldn't be the same without one of the best hand attack spells of all time. Lucky for all of you who open these, Thoughtseize is immensely valuable, and while the Theros version is still around $20 each, a foil limited edition Thoughtseize, players aren't going to be able to ignore that. This is the lottery winning that you're looking for. Guaranteed this ends up being one of the most expensive Invocations, and I do love a good demon who sees his thoughts. I'm so in. Blood Moon is awesome. The River of Blood with the red moon. Now this is an Invocation. This is some artwork I can get behind, and it's on a relevant card. This looks like everything we want Invocations to look like. I don't know about you, but with this art and this card, even the border looks like it belongs. Anyone else? Just me? Because honestly, including normal printings, I think this is my favorite version of Blood Moon. There, I said it, and I can't take it back. Better than the original art, better than the 8th edition art. Fight me. This is awesome. 10 out of 10. I need it. Fantastic. Following up Blood Moon with Boil may be a cruel joke, since Boil isn't literally worth $1, but hey, gotta follow it up with something. At this point, it's pretty clear that the Invocation series is about flavor and story and not at all about value, because if it were about value, you can bet your butt that whoever suggested Boil is fired now. Card is neat, I guess, and it makes sense flavor-wise, but come on. Is this Invocation even going to be worth $20? $15? I don't know. Pretty underwhelmed. Shatterstorm is also worth next to nothing, but it sees consistent play in modern sideboards because Affinity is stupid, and look at that artwork. Alright, you got me, Wizards. This may be a super cheap card, but when it's useful and you put some sick, vibrant art on it, I'll bite real hard. This is easily my favorite Shatterstorm art now. Antiquities is alright, 5th edition is pretty good, 10th edition is not, but this one, I like this. Very powerful. I'd want this over any other Shatterstorm, and that's what these cards should do. This is definitely a success. Through the Breach is absolutely a card I can get behind, especially when it portrays one of the pesky immortal gods being all angry and stuff. The only printing of Through the Breach is from Champions of Kamigawa, so it shouldn't surprise you that the card is $40. A foil printing that isn't from Kamigawa, it will be much more than that. Nice reprint, makes sense in the story, and is a value card. Again, another example of what a good Invocation is. Gives you the atmosphere you want, while still hooking the player up with some solid dollar bills. Great artwork here, everything is good. Speaking of great artwork, Choke is back, and that is just all blood. No water, just blood. And the fact that Choke literally chokes off all islands is beyond amazing. I'm talking a symphony of perfection. From the card choice to the art to just everything, it's very nice. Of course, the value isn't really there, and I can't expect it to be there on every single invocation if they print 1 billion per set. But if they're going to print cards that don't have a lot of value in this series, I'm glad Choke was one of them. It's like hauntingly beautiful. Jeez. Lord of Extinction? What? I mean, the regular version of the card is 15 each and foils are 25, but Lord of Extinction, I'm so confused. This doesn't seem like something we'd see here. Lord of Extinction was on Alara. I know it isn't legendary, but just look at this thing. It felt legendary to me. I get the idea behind printing it, just seems out of left field is all. What a weird collection of invocations. From playables to story successes to story failures and everywhere in between, these Hour of Devastation invocations are real weird. I can't pin down whether or not they actually did them right. What do you all think? I need to know how you're feeling about the set's invocations. Which cards are you most excited for? Anything in particular stand out to you as being good or bad? I need your input on this because I honestly don't know where to fall. So please leave your comments below and we'll talk about it. Also, be sure to tune in to the channel tomorrow for the single best preview card we've ever gotten in the history of existence, guaranteed. You will not be disappointed. And as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time. This video is brought to you in part by TCGplayer.com. Hour of Devastation is coming up on us fast, and with these invocations sprinkled throughout the set, it's your chance to grab some invocation goodness. You can pre-order boxes of the new set right now for $93 each. That's it, just $93. If you don't have a local game store or yours is charging way too much, I got you back. Just click the link on the screen for super cheap prices, and it helps the channel so we all win. Enjoy your bolus goodies.
What?